that you are not an agent if you don't want to, and you are who you are. And bottom line, you have to find yourself. And when you find yourself, government will say, congratulations, you found yourself.
Now that part I do agree with. You do. That's one of the things I teach. You got to know who you are. The difference is what I teach is this system. They didn't do something illegal. There isn't two forms of government. The republic is still there. Yes, there's three different United States. You got the United States of America, which is the 50 states united, the contiguous United States. Then you have the United States, which is the 10-mile square, and its insular possessions and territories. And then you've got the Title 28, 3002, paragraph 15A, that says the United States is a federal corporation. But where y'all are teaching it wrong is you're thinking, one, that the corporation is at the top, and it's not. See, what everybody didn't do is read that section of Title 28. Title 28, Chapter 176 is the Fair Debt Collection Procedures Act. So when the United States is operating as a debt collector, yes, it has the right to operate as a corporation, but it is not always operating as a corporation. And yes, the republic is still there because your birthright was in the state. I've already proven and shown you the document that you're not a U.S. citizen unless you were immigrated and chose to be a U.S. citizen, or you applied to be in the military, but that's a limited contract. When you leave, you're no longer a U.S. citizen, okay? And this is where your teaching falls apart.
Yeah, everybody going into this court, and these courts are on a public side. They are debt collectors. The judges are debt collectors. District of attorneys debt collector, and any attorney that's suing you, your person is a debt collector, and the person that you hire for your person who died and left the estate is also yeah, you want to read the Title 18 USC Section 2333. It says a national of the United States has his person. I have a lot of persons. I have a corporation, LLC, blah, 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 and my capital letter is an individual. I have all this person. Now, they're all the umbrella of me, my management, and there is all capital letter, U.S. citizen that went out and did all this contract. Now I am going to collect everything. They're all under my umbrella of a private trust.
But for one, when you create a trust, if you actually believe it's in the private, you're wrong there too.
Private means it's not exposed and nobody really know. But the judge knows when I go to private court, a judge will be there.
Did you say last night that you are the sole grantor of that trust, you are the sole trustee of that trust, and you are the sole beneficiary of that trust? And this is just a yes or no question. Did you say that?
Yeah, my corporation sole is a beneficiary, and I am the overseer. Yeah, that's what I meant. My beneficiaries are my creation, and I am the overseer of the church. And so let's say there is no church member. Who gets the benefit? Me, overseer of the corporation sole. Okay. I'm the one who will have the house, and it will be paid, a car, food, whatever. Beneficiary is the corporation soul, overlay over me, living soul. So basically...
Hold on. You're ducking the question. Okay. Did you say last night that you were the grantor, you are the trustee, and you are the beneficiary? Is that's basically what I was told that was what you said last night. Is that true?
Well, yeah, that's what I said. The beneficiary is me. Beneficiary is me, overlaid by the corporation. So I can do whatever I want to do. My private corporation.
Spiritual Rock, then your trust is illegal.
No,
Collapse.
I could have.
Collapse.
No,
You
I
cannot.
could have
You
a
cannot.
corporation sole. I could have my trust as a beneficiary. You could appoint
Depends on the
anything as a
jurisdiction too.
beneficiary.
Because
Okay.
I was studying a little bit. I was studying Chinese trust law, which is kind of new. It's not as developed, but in China they give the trustee a lot more power. Like he doesn't really part with the stuff, or it's more like in his control. Well, it is over here as well. I don't know how to explain it, but so different jurisdictions it might be legal. I don't know. Is that possible?
You
For
are
one
not
party to have more
allowed.
power?
Sesky
are
trust
not.
that you operate, Sesky trust you operate, that is grantor. You're the beneficiary. You're appearing in court as a trustee. So you are
No, you're
all
not.
three.
No, you're not.
You're all three.
I can prove that wrong too.
So Sesky trust is a very
The Sestake trust isn't yours. I've already told you that. I've already proven that to you.
And if you're appearing in court, it's not a private trust.
if you
Not a private trust. No.
yeah
When you spiritual rock, I'm going to mute you.
we are appearing in backdoor.
When you go to court, it is a constructive trust that is created. You are not coming in as the trustee. You are coming in under trustee de santort. Because why? Under trustee de santort, you are using someone else's property and you are using it to their detriment and illegally. So whose property are you using? That name and that social is the state's property.
Now, how come everybody is creating fraud? Let me ask you. People say, I am the grantor beneficiary, then appear as a personal representative or attorney in fact, and then now you're appearing on behalf of the trustee. So now you're acting as a trustee.
Because the people in your group, the American State Nationals, they don't know what they're talking about.
No,
You can have more than one trust.
Whole W4 group, anywhere you go, they are actually coming in as attorney in fact. And they're trying to do W4, and they're signing as a personal representative or attorney in fact, blah, blah, blah. It's true. Everybody's acting that way.
Let me ask you this then. You say they're coming in as attorney in fact. Okay, let's say this. I've got a trust and I create it and I make it and I name it Spiritual Rock. And I hypothetically make you the beneficiary. Okay? If you are the beneficiary, do you have any power over that trust? No, you don't. You can't even do a power of attorney over the trust without my permission as the trustee.
This trust is different than what you created. This trust is actually government created something for you to operate. So I'm not talking about your trust.
That's a public trust.
Yeah, and they are the trustees. They tell you they are the trustees. They even tell you who the trustees are. Have you ever contacted those trustees and said, hey, trustees, I want to be attorney in fact for this trust. Will you give me permission? No. Anna Von Reitz and David Strait and all those American State National people don't ever discuss that.
Do you know that when the trustee is creating fraud, you could actually fire them and get rid of all the power? And government, you could actually get rid of all the power, and now you go power attorney.
Not as a beneficiary.
Oh, yeah.
How? Because I'm interested in that. I need to do that just to a trustee.
They're not committing fraud.
This particular trust, you could do however you want to be, because we the people of the republic, we control everything. So whoever you want to be, my name is all lowercase. Now I'm coming in as the owner. Hey, you could do whatever you want. Your name upper lowercase, they all have different characters. All capital letter, upper lowercase, all lowercase. They're all different, just like you said. The States is a 3 different level. All caps, upper lowercase, all lowercase. They all have a different function.
Did Terry Sham ever get out of jail? Terry Shim. I think that was Anna Bond's mouthpiece.
Look, Spiritual Rock, they're not committing fraud.
We govern ourselves however you want to govern. So I'm going to end this conversation. I am free woman. I could do whatever I want within what God-given right. Okay?
This one, this government person I want to fire, they did commit fraud a bit, but
now, do individuals commit fraud? Yes, they can. But the government did not commit fraud. If you argue fraud, it's the wrong argument. If you argue constructive fraud, I will agree with you.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Constructive fraud. Yeah. Oh, breach. Yeah, that's what I mean. Not fraud.
But they did not commit fraud because why? They told you on the back of the social that this card is owned by the Social Security Administration. She left. I knew. I told y'all that heard me this morning. She will leave. Okay, you're back. Now she left again, and I know you're not having problems. I know you're not having problems. Your connection's good. You've never broke up once.
I think trust law is something that needs to be addressed there seriously.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. And they don't.
I just think they're coming from the American state national side, from their perspective.
Do what now? Do what?
I thought I was listening to Anna for a second.
You were. She's one of their their people.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That they're coming from their aspect, of how the process works. I think that's why they're getting.
And
where's Jack? Jack is from Alaska.
Oh, the other one that's fun to debate with? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard him a couple times. He sounds pretty cool. But Alaska, every time I hear Alaska, I'm like, oh, Alaska. The northern slope.
It's the thing that frustrates me with these people is they're so brainwashed they cannot see it.
Well, not everyone in Alaska. I'm not talking about everyone in Alaska.
And I'd almost guarantee you my last breath that everything she's saying, she's not doing or reaping any benefits whatsoever.
None of them are.
She got out of court a couple times, had a couple tickets, but no license for a gun or something, but some other thing. Just, people from New York, they're used to going, those East Coast people are tough in some ways.
Okay, that stop's done. Next stop. Perry, what are you saying?
Hey, no, I was saying that people of New York, somebody said that they were tough. That's just a facade, man. I lived in New York, so
that's what I'm saying.
The people up in Manhattan and that area, New York City, and all those boroughs, they're a different breed of people. That is for sure.
Yeah, we are, but it's all good.
I used to deliver groceries in Manhattan. I love the people up there. I just hate the government.
The worst.
Yeah, they just freaking got stupid rules. And they tax you to death. I loved delivering groceries when I was up there in Manhattan. I mean, I loved hanging out with the people.
Yeah, but it must be something in the water, man, because they love their taxes, even the people. They complain about Washington, but they won't complain about anything that's local.
Well, most of the people that pay taxes, the reason they don't complain is they absolutely have been so brainwashed in believing that the government would fall apart if they didn't do it.
I tell you, a good place to go to find out an excellent explanation of how trust is, what a trust is, and how it works is by Anne LaFleur. She does a really good job explaining what all that is and how to acquire one.
I don't know. I got to listen to those videos, but to me, the number one source, and it's what I tell people, is The Art of Passing the Bucks. That book is so good. The DOJ sued that organization to try to keep them from being published. You go to their website, you can read the case. Now, if that's what she's basing the information on, hallelujah.
They caught it on the ground speech. How'd they win the case? Just freedom of speech. You can't censor a book, sort of thing. Or?
No. They proved in court that nothing in that book was illegal and wrong. So the judge ruled in their favor.
Well, it's been fact checked.
Yeah, you go read the court cases. The DOJ could not prove that any single thing in that book was illegal or wrong. And Gwen Wyckoff is the mouthpiece for that organization. And the reason they published those books was in the hopes that the common people would care enough to learn how to do this like the elite do it. Because she said the only thing that's going to change the direction of this country is if the people start doing it the way the elite do it and build generational wealth so they can actually be competitive in politics.
Passing the buck. That's a book? Passing the buck?
Oh, yeah, passingbucks.com.
Passing bucks.
And the PDFs are in this group.
Yeah, both the books 1 and 2 are in the files on this channel.
Yeah, they're in a PDF in this group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
The first quote in the book is, "Don't put your money in trust. Don't put your trust in money. Put your money in trust."
Exactly. Those 2 books are the best ones on the market. Now, I'm not going to say that the ones written by attorneys are not good. They're going to teach you the principles, and the principles are important. Okay?
No, that was Oliver Wendell Holmes. That was in the 1800s, so that's why he said money, probably. Oliver Wendell Holmes, or whoever the poet was.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks for calling. Can I help you? Doing good. How about yourself?
What was the question?
I was just asking, are these the best books to learn how to establish the trust and basically